Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. And today's video we're gonna continue working our 2019 Maserati Ghibli project here. As you guys saw in the last video, we went over most of the damage that we found. We might find more, but I hope not. Today's video we're gonna start. Remove these. I think these are related to the windshield wiper fluid, so we're gonna remove this so we can access that damage here and see how we're gonna like pull here maybe and try to straighten these area here, and we'll keep going working. We'll see if we're gonna heat that and try to tap on it, push it down to its place. Then we're gonna think about, actually I am thinking about to learn welding first and try to weld this myself. My friends say no, don't mess up with it. So we'll see how it goes or what we're gonna do. Also, we might go to the back here and I might actually get the wheel off in the rear heel and take the fender liner, see if I have access to that panel from inside here. If not, maybe go to the trunk, see if I remove the liner from the trunk again and see if I can get any access to these area here from inside and see how we're gonna straighten that. So we'll start with the front first for the major damage that was not expected, and we'll go from there. We got the wiper fluid tank here off. I got that bunch of wires a little bit back. Now I'm gonna remove that power here because the crack is extended under it. So that will be my next step. I was able to get that bar. Took a little bit of some screw, some pulls that need to come out, some brackets. Got the wire fasteners here or clips off. I took picture. Always guys, take photos, pictures of everything you're gonna remove, and keep yourself organized when you do a project like this. All the bolts and anything related to one piece, you just get a Ziploc bag, write down on it, and keep everything organized. So when you start to install everything back, you know that I'm gonna open that back. I have all the bolts and brackets and everything for that. So now we're gonna start see the damage here, see how we're gonna move it back, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, that's what we are at now. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of videos when we heated that piece and when we hammered it back to close the gap. We also lost some video when we started to straighten that piece down here. We didn't finish it yet, but we started it and start to get to look like the other side. But unfortunately, I lost all these videos for some reason, so sorry, it's a technical problem. But let me explain to you as much as I can what we did here. So to get that gap to close in the crack, we had to heat that very well. Again, heat the heck out of it. It's your responsibility. We're not saying certain temperature because we didn't know what was the temperature. Again, we're not professional. We DIYers, and we trying to go through the project that we like to do. Okay, so we heat it very well, then we start to hammer in it. We got some large wood blocks that we use first, try to close the whole, like hammer the whole piece together, but to start to close here, but that piece here, because of these support, I think it didn't want to move that much, so we had to reheat again. And when we hit here, we start to actually hammer directly into the metal to shape it. But after this, we found that the gaps, actually the were not lining very well like this. So we found that some areas from that part need to be pushed from inside out. So we went from here, heat again, and tap from the inside, push the edge out here and there, and keep going back and forth between until we get to where they meet, like what you see now, guys. Okay, it's very want to get this angle. So that's how it looks now. There's a piece here, looks like it's open, but it's missing a piece, so it's not lining well with each other. So that will be filled with welding. So we're gonna have to get that whole crack weld. And talking about welding, oh, before I talk about welding, when you heat, you have to be careful about anything that might get affected with the heat. Like we have here, I think that the brake line was a cylinder. We bought a lot of towels here. We put towels between the metal and the wires. We wrapped these wires with towel, and all the towel was wet towel. So you want to make sure you have very nice wet towels around your metal and around anything that might get melted. Okay, here we have that reservoir plastic. We also have to do a wet towel around it. So we moved that wire back, and we cover, even we were mainly heating here, but the heat was distributed. Also, we found that the shock absorber, the strut, is bent. So we ordered a new strut or new shock absorber, because to buy the whole thing getting more expensive, and they don't sell it like a whole, like assembled. So you're gonna have to order it like piece by piece. The spring by itself, shock absorber by itself. Regarding welding the crack, okay, I had two options: weld it by myself, I never weld anything, and I need to learn, or get a professional welder to do it. So I compared the prices. If I get a professional welder to do it here, it will cost me around $1,000. To take the car to a professional welder to do it there, I got different quotes, about $400 or $500 plus. I don't have a trailer, I have to rent a trailer, blah blah blah. So it's gonna get me between $700 to $1,000 just to get that crack welded. Meanwhile, I like to learn new things. So if you guys come with me here, you're gonna see that I got things that I need to learn how to weld. I got the welder, I got the spool gun for aluminum, I got the tank, I got the cart, I got helmet, I got aluminum wires, and I got some aluminum from Home Depot that I'm gonna cut and try learn how to weld. If I'm able to, or I feel like I can do it, I will do it in a car. You're gonna say it costs you maybe more than $1,000 to get everything here. Why you just don't get a trailer, get the car on the trailer, take it to a professional welder and let weld it, it costs you less. Okay, so here we go. It was a debate. I pay $1,000 or more to just get welded, add it only to the cost of that project, or I pay same amount or a little bit more and have my own welder and have that cost that not only for that project but will help me with other projects. And that's what I lean to. I watch a lot of videos, I read a lot about how to weld. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it 100% correct. I need to learn, but I will try to learn. I like to learn things, that's why I'm into these projects. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to use a new welder. I'm gonna try to weld these aluminum pieces that I got. I'm gonna use a grinder, cut it into pieces and try to weld in different like angles and directions and ways. Then if I feel like, okay, I filled the gap well between the metal pieces there, I'm gonna try to apply it here. And if I'm gonna apply it here, I will show you how we're gonna get welded correctly, because we're gonna have to drill holes around the crack. If you guys watch our boat, the Mercruiser crack in the block, and see how we weld it with JB Weld, definitely we're not going to use JB Weld here. It's the same concept. You're going to have to stop the pass of the crack. So you're going to have to drill a hole here, drill a hole there on the other side to make like a V-shape groove all the way around, and that's where you're going to fill it with your weld. you're not gonna weld directly like this because you're not gonna have a space for the material to go in. So let's go ahead and open all these boxes, get the cart assembled, and get the welder assembled, read how to put everything together, read about different thickness and what setup I need and all of this, and we'll be back once we get everything ready. Okay guys, we got the welder opened and we have been practicing in the last couple of days. The look fronts, they don't look good. That's more practice here that we were able to get a good setting all the way here. Then here I created kind of gap and I try to fill it. Looks okay with some good penetration, but we milled down a little bit. But in general, we had some good penetration between the two pieces. Anyway, we're not trying to show you or teach you how to weld because we're newbie, and it was a lot of fun. So let's prepare the car for welding. That's something we'll talk about. First, you're gonna have to disconnect your battery, positive and negative. Don't leave any terminal. Second, we're gonna have to, as I mentioned before, we're gonna have to get the crack ready. We're gonna drill 2 holes at the end of both cracks. We're gonna create like a V shape all the way around, so the material will flow in that V shape into the crack, so it will find a space to go in so it doesn't run away. So we need it exactly inside the crack. Then after this, we will show you part of what we did before when we had to protect any heated sensitive pieces. That's what we're gonna do as well. So we'll show you how we put the towels around any plastic or the brake lines, wires, harnesses, anything like this. And after we do this, we're gonna have to cover here the whole engine with blankets. So if you have the wooden blankets, that would be great. Also from down here, we're gonna have to get a welding blanket, cover everything here because I don't need any of these metal spatters from the welding go and burn anything or touch anything here. So let's get that done. So let's first disconnect the battery. On a car like this where you have the coupe style windows, when you open and the window go down and close and the window go up automatic, you're gonna have to make sure lock all the doors, or unlock, for example, these two, but make sure you move the glass down so when you want to close the door it doesn't stick out, because again we're going to disconnect the battery. And what I will do, I will lock the other doors so nobody will try to open them by mistake, because the glass is not going to go down when you try to open like this, and you might break your windows here. So that's what I'm gonna do, disconnect the battery, then we'll be back, show you how we're gonna drill here and how we're gonna create the V shape, how we're gonna prep. We're gonna have actually clean all that bent paint and burning into clear metal, bare metal, so we can weld to it. And we're gonna also have to preheat it, then weld it. So let's start. Okay guys, here's a weld. Doesn't look good at all. We gonna grind down and see how good inside. Again, it's my first time. I was like wanted to stop to check how I'm doing. Every time I stop and try to start again, it gets worse. But again, we're gonna grind down all the excess, and we'll see what it looks like after we finish. But from inside here, we have penetration all the way around, so we're good. Penetration wise, we sure that we close the crack, but I want to make sure that there is no a lot of porosity here, and if so, I'm gonna have to grind it and then weld it back again. So we're gonna keep our finger crossed that we're not gonna see a disaster after we grind it down to make it smooth. So stay tuned for this. Okay guys, check this out. We got that area painted. We got here also painted. The color is not perfect match, but we were able to get the closest one. We got this from AutoZone. We choose the closest one to the original color. It looks good. It's not perfect definitely, but at least we got that damage completely fixed. The crack here is completely fixed and painted. We got that damaged piece here also good. We did that easy coat paint. Again, I'm not worried about what color is gonna be down here, as long as it's in the right position or place. And that will be it for today's video, guys. Next time we're gonna start put our suspension back together. We need to straighten that piece here, so we'll be done with all the paint areas. Then after this, we're gonna start working on our like fender, fix it, bumpers. We're gonna need to fix that the damage here in that quarter panel. That's what will take some good work. But for now, we finish with major frame or internal damage that need to be complete, so we can put the suspension together, put the rims on. We order a brand new tires, so we can have a brand new tire here soon, and we're gonna throw that in as well. Please guys, subscribe to our channel, help us. And I never thought one day I will be painting. I never thought I will be welding. That's my first time welding as well. Again, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and you will do it. You just need some practice or anything, I'll do it. That's my first time. It's not perfect. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out after time, but that's my first time. But it's a learning process. Since you think like you can do it, you can do it. It's just some time, and you're gonna learn from your mistakes. You're gonna see videos how to paint, and it's gonna show you how everything easy, but in real life, when you learn things first time different than second time, different than third time, and so on and so on. So believe in yourself and believe you can do things, and you will do it. It's just an example for any of you guys, like to encourage them, tell them you can do it. Yes, you can do it. You can fix things by yourself. Believe in yourself and you'll be able to do it. Thank you so much, you guys, for all the watches. Please like, subscribe, and help us so we can continue and get you a great videos like this. I'm really excited about that build. What we're gonna need to do to finish that area is, again, we're gonna have to put the suspension. I'm gonna have to put that bar that I removed from here, and then we'll be done with the whole thing that we removed to get into that crack, put the windshield, put the cowl back, everything back in position, and that's what we're gonna do next. See you next video when we start to get everything fixed down here, put the new shock absorber. Thank you so much and have a great one.